Welcome back to the Coffee and Cream podcast. How are you doing, Justin? It's been a while.
It's been a month.
It has been a month since we last were on. We had Lindsay, Logan, and Ella. And yeah, it's been a month. We've taken a hiatus, right? Because of the holidays.
Yeah.
But
busy time of the year.
But then we took 2 more weeks because we've been in school for already 2 weeks now.
2 full weeks. Well, one online, one in person. But yeah, 2 full weeks.
How'd you like online school?
I mean, probably didn't learn as much, but it was like I don't mind it. Like if we did a week, like every 2 months or so. But if it was all the time, I would not like it.
I think that's how most of the country does it, though. I think most of the country is online.
Yeah.
Even in like near our area in Ohio, we're like one of the few schools that actually goes in person.
A lot of them are hybrid. They do like every other day.
That'd be interesting.
That would be weird.
Do you think the nation as a whole will be a little bit dumber this year?
Yeah.
Because we didn't learn as much.
Yeah.
Do you think next year most people will have even more trouble?
They could.
They could, possibly.
This is going to be nationwide GPA is going to go down 10%.
Oh, no. Yeah. How was your Christmas?
Good.
Did you stay home?
Yeah. Didn't you go to New Jersey?
No. No, I did not.
Yeah, you did. At some point you did.
Thanksgiving.
That was Thanksgiving?
That was Thanksgiving when I left. Yeah.
I thought that was Christmas.
No, this year we stayed at home and we did all the Christmas things here. So it was just our close family this Christmas. But normally every year, like it's part of like at least Peruvian tradition, the night before Christmas, Christmas Eve, we stay up basically all night until midnight. So that would be December 25th. And that's when we eat dinner that day. And that's our technically Christmas dinner.
At midnight?
At midnight. So that, yeah. At midnight, December 25th is when we have dinner, and that's our Christmas dinner. And then we might open like 1 or 2 presents, and then we sleep. And Christmas Day, honestly, is just uneventful.
I learned about that.
Yeah.
Like last week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do that usually, and we usually meet up with our family, have cousins over. There's music blasting all night. But this year, it wasn't like that. It was a little more boring. We had like a Christmas lunch, I guess, with like my grandfather. But the rest, because of COVID, we don't want to get anyone sick.
So you just did normal this year?
Yeah, normal American Christmas, I guess. Dinner on the 25th. Yeah, it was pretty fun. What else was... So it's at least... Okay, so this winter season, it actually snowed. Normally here... Well, I guess not normally. Every year is different. But I feel like it hasn't snowed in a long time in Ohio.
Yeah.
And the last time it really heavily snowed was like 2-3 years ago.
I mean, it hasn't really heavily snowed.
Well, not heavily. I guess for Ohio, maybe an inch. Like, it's enough where the grass in my front lawn, I can't see anymore. So, since it's been snowing in Ohio, we got to go skiing at Perfect North, which is like, what, 40-minute drive?
It's like 50 to an hour.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And it's been fun. I mean, it's great to go skiing again because it's, been a whole year. How have you enjoyed it?
I've enjoyed it. We've gone like every week.
Yeah. This past week, so we go with a group of friends normally. And this past week, me and a friend, is that correct?
Yeah.
Me and a friend.
My friend
and I, we tried snowboarding because we all normally ski and we've been skiing for years at this point. But the park, like Perfect North, isn't really that large compared to most ski resorts. Or I'm not even sure if it's considered a ski resort, just a ski place.
It wouldn't be a resort. You can't stay there. It's just a place.
So since it's smaller, we've done every hill absolutely more than once. And even the hardest hill at this point, Center Stage, isn't really that difficult. It's not challenging anymore. So we decided to try snowboarding to give it a little more variety. And honestly, snowboarding's really fun. I've heard people who like try snowboarding don't go back to skiing. But I like it. I like it a lot. And I think I'm going to start snowboarding for the rest of the season potentially.
I think skiing would be more fun.
Why? You've never tried snowboarding, have you?
I'm going to try it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I just don't think I'm gonna like it as much. Like from watching other people do it, it doesn't look as fun.
I think it's pretty fun. It's like it's different movements, I guess, than skiing. Skiing, you turn a little differently because I mean you have two like things that work independently. Two skis. That's what they're called. Yeah, no, snowboarding was really fun. And I mean, we fell a couple times. Actually, one of our friends who skis, we were going down a hill together, and he got up real close to me, and I don't remember what he said honestly, but he got really close and scared me basically, and I wiped out. I slammed my head against the snow and slid. I don't know how far.
But he paid for it because after he ran in front of Mathias, he like turned back really quickly, and some other guy that was lost control was going down the hill very fast and just ran right into him.
So he stopped, right? He stopped for me. He saw that I fall and stopped. And is that when he got hit? I don't know what happened. All I remember is slamming my head.
I was behind you guys and I stopped. Well, because he hit, you fell. You guys were basically falling at the same time.
Oh, really?
Like as soon as you started falling, the guy hit him.
Oh, so no matter what, in the end, he would have been hit, right? Our friend.
Well,
was this snowboarder like?
No, if you hadn't have been there, he could have
avoided
it.
Oh, well, it's fine.
Yeah.
I was a new snowboarder. He's an experienced skier. I don't know why he did that. But for that, it really hurt. So this was like last week. And
you were lightheaded.
Oh yeah, afterwards it's a little fuzzy my memory, honestly. I don't remember what happened.
Some weird stuff.
Did I?
Yeah.
Wait, like what?
I don't remember, but I remember you were like saying something, and you were like, Mathias, what are you talking about?
Huh. Yeah, honestly, it was a little hazy after that. I just wanted to stop. I had a big headache that night, and then the next like 2 days, my neck was really sore. Actually, everything was sore because I was using different muscles and fell a lot. But that wasn't fun. Thankfully, I was wearing a helmet. Normally, when I ski, I never wear a helmet. Only on some occasions, but I think it's more comfortable without one, honestly.
Well, obviously, it's more comfortable without one. I don't think anyone's going to argue that it's more comfortable to wear a helmet.
I guess so. But, yeah, with snowboarding, I was convinced to wear one, and thankfully I did, or else I think I would have
had a concussion.
Oh, easily had a concussion.
You might have died.
Can you die from? Oh yeah, blunt force trauma to the head. Oh god, that would have been bad. That would have been just a minor issue.
I don't think you would have died. It wasn't that.
No, I don't remember
people
that.
People survived a lot worse than
That's
snowboarding
true.
and skiing.
Yeah, I would have probably just had a concussion. But that was an interesting experience. But besides that, I'm still gonna go snowboarding next week.
At least you didn't rupture your spleen.
Oh yeah. Funny story about that one. A friend of ours. So there's a ski club right at our school, and freshman year, it was just what Justin didn't. You weren't part of ski club freshman year.
I was not.
It was just one of our mutual friends and I. We went. We were part of ski club, so it was only the two of us, and we brought along another new kid who's never gone skiing or snowboarding, and he came with us for only 4 trips because he was really new at it and he didn't know if he'd enjoy it or not. So he had this like kind of 4-day pass kind of thing where he could only go 4 times. My friend and I, we had a whole season pass. We've already gone skiing before that. Before freshman year, we already learned. But so our friend, decided to go snowboarding instead of skiing. And honestly, in my opinion, I think this is a general opinion. Most people think skiing is easier to learn instead of snowboarding. And I don't know why, honestly, because you have to like control 2 things and keep your balance. But I don't know.
Anyway, you don't really control 2 things. I mean, you are, but it's not like walking and running so hard because you have 2 legs.
Nah, I guess that's true, right? I guess with the snowboard, since your legs are like connected, you can't move. Like people naturally aren't used to that unless you like skateboard or surf or something. So anyway, our friend who doesn't skateboard or surf, he just decided to go snowboarding because he thought it looked cool. And honestly, the first 2 trips, it was fine, right? He learned how to snowboard, he could turn and whatnot. And then on the third trip, we decided to go on a tougher hill, I guess, a blue, if you're familiar with skiing, a blue hill. And it's not that hard. It's called Farside, and it's kind of like a green hill, just super long. But we went down that a couple times, and on one of the times or not I told my friend who was new at snowboarding to race me basically. I'm not gonna lie, I pressured him into it. And I told him to go until we couldn't see him anymore because I thought I could easily catch up to him. And I didn't think anything was gonna happen. But yeah, so once he was out of my sight down this hill, there's like a turn in the hill. I full sent it. I went straight down, and I got to the turn, and I see my friend lying there on his back with his snowboard on the ground, just moaning. And I stopped. I wasn't like super experienced. I couldn't hockey stop, which means stopping immediately. So I stopped a bit away from him. He was a little bit far away, and I was like, we'll call him Dave because I don't know if he wants me to mention him. I was like, Dave, get up! You're in people's way right now. You just stop being over dramatic, because sometimes when he falls, he likes to be a little over dramatic, and it's fine. But I was like, dude, you're being really over dramatic, and he went, no, man, I don't want to move. And I just remember him just like saying, I don't know, he said a lot of gibberish, and I was like, dude, you're just being ridiculous. So I left him there. And now my other friend, the somewhat experienced skier, he stopped right next to Dave, and he stayed with him. So I was like, I will see you guys at the bottom, and please, Dave, can you just get out of these people's way, because this it has a lot of new skiers on it, and he could actually, from what I thought, he could actually get hurt. So I got to the bottom of the hill, and I was waiting there for probably, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. And later on, I see Dave getting dragged by a snowmobile in this like sled, and I just see him go by me, and his face has like blood all over it, and I felt so bad. He went to the hospital that night, and I later found out he ruptured his spleen, which apparently can also be fatal if not treated immediately. So, because I pressured my friend to race me, he could have died.
You could have been a convicted felon.
Oh my god. No, there's no way he could prove it against me. He wouldn't be alive to testify. Well, besides that, yeah, I've learned to take it a little more easy on new skiers or snowboarders. Actually, my first time snowboarding, so last week wasn't technically my first time snowboarding. I tried snowboarding probably in 8th grade or something like that, and I almost broke my wrist doing that. I like barely could move, and it was really bad. But it's fine. After a couple falls, you get used to it, just like skiing, I guess.
Yeah.
So I think you'll enjoy it, though. For
Maybe.
A little bit. You might fall a little more. I mean, you don't... See, I skateboard, and I've surfed before. So, I mean, it's like familiar concepts. Mm. But have you surfed before?
No.
Oh. Well, yeah. I guess it'll be a little new. Yeah.
You surfed?
I've surfed? Yeah. I've surfed in Peru, in Spain. It's really fun. I enjoy surfing.
I've wanted to try it, but I've never really been anywhere where
like
you could try it. A
beach that you can't surf at?
Not with big enough waves to surf.
I guess that's true, right?
I also don't know how to surf.
It's a strange concept. Yeah. I mean, I don't remember. I can't. I probably, if you put me in the ocean right now with a wave and a surfboard, I probably couldn't do it right now, but I used to be able to when I'd go to the beach a little more frequently. Have you ever gone what's it called, in the lake behind a boat?
Tubing?
No, not tubing. It's like surfing.
Wakeboarding?
I think so. Have you ever done that?
Never done any like
water sports? Oh, really?
I've done boogie boarding, but that's it.
Is boogie boarding when you're on your knees, or is that called knee boarding? Is that
It's
something
like,
different?
no, it's like surfing, but instead of standing up, you like lay down.
Oh, I think I've done that before. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So that's all you've done?
Mm-hmm.
And is that in a beach? Or was that
Yeah,
on a beach?
On a beach.
I see.
Waves.
Yeah. I've tried wakeboarding before, the thing behind the boat where you hold on to this rope. Actually, I think you let go to... Yeah, I let go of the rope after a bit. But that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's different.
Like water skiing? Did you do that?
Oh, water skiing I've tried. That's much different than regular skiing. I found that out. Some people, when they water ski, they go super fast. I mean, the boat's going like 40 miles per hour, even faster sometimes. And that's gotta be scary. I mean, even on a downhill, like on a ski slope, I don't think I've ever gone more than 20 miles. Oh, that's not true.
I mean, I don't know. If you go straight down like a steeper hill, you go pretty fast.
I know, but 40 miles
I don't
per
know
hour.
how. I honestly couldn't tell you how fast you go. You just feel like you're going really fast.
I heard going that fast, like in water skiing, when you're going that fast, when you pass the 40-mile-per-hour mark or 50, if you like fall, it feels like you're hitting just hard ground, and you just have to know how to properly like bail, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But that honestly, that's a little frightening. I don't know if I mean, maybe at some point, but I don't go on the lake a lot. So, since it's been a month, a lot of things have happened, including, I guess, in the entertainment industry. We've had, a lot of new movies come out in the winter.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman came out. The movie Soul, I think, came out. Well, I know it came out. I just don't know in the last time we've talked.
Yeah, it's been out since we last talked.
I see. So, Soul... I think in the previous podcast we talked about our favorite Pixar movies, from what I remember. And Soul is a Pixar movie, right? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. And honestly, for a Pixar movie, I thought it was alright. I didn't think it was anything too spectacular.
I mean, it was, yeah, I didn't love it.
I didn't love it.
It was good.
Yeah, I didn't hate it either. It was more of that, like, I guess every Pixar movie has, like, you know, a message or whatnot, but this one definitely was focused on a message and, basically about life in general.
Yeah, it had a big theme.
Yeah, it had a large theme to it. But it wasn't like a Toy Story or anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the story was outstanding.
Yeah. I heard talking about Toy Story, I heard Chris Evans, the guy who played Captain America, he's gonna be voice acting a Buzz Lightyear independent movie, I think. Right?
It's just called Lightyear.
Yeah.
Doesn't it come out this year?
Does it?
Is it this year or next year?
I'm not sure. Probably next year, honestly. But
yeah, he's voice acting Buzz Lightyear.
And it's not the toy, though. The movie's about, I think, the actual astronaut.
It's like, well, what I saw, it was, like, the Buzz Lightyear toy is based on this movie. So, like, this movie exists in, like, the Toy Story movies, and that's why they make the toys.
In the same Toy Story
It'd be like
universe.
buying a Luke Skywalker toy. So like there's a movie about Buzz Lightyear and then they make toys about it.
So that will come out and Chris Evans will voice act that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Because Chris Evans, he's done basically with Marvel, right? He ended his contracts and whatnot.
And died.
And he didn't die in the movies.
Kinda died.
I think that's a spoiler. Then again, the movie's been out for quite a while.
2 years.
So if you don't know what happens in Endgame, then
That's
I apologize.
on you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, by now you should have watched it. It was one of the biggest movies 2 years ago. Even last year. So Soul came out. What else? The Disney Plus came out with a lot of stuff, actually. They've announced a ton of stuff, a ton of Star Wars series.
A bunch of Star Wars and Marvel stuff.
Yeah, and WandaVision actually came out recently. Have you seen it?
I've watched both episodes. It came out like within the past few days.
Oh yeah, last Friday, right?
Have you seen both episodes?
Yeah, I have. And
well, if you haven't seen both episodes,
probably pause it here.
Pause it, yeah.
And go ahead like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But if you have, then
keep listening.
Yeah. But WandaVision, it's a strange thing. I don't really understand it. I never watched the trailers, right? So when I watched it, it just looked like an old sitcom.
But I think it's an old sitcom now, and then it develops into more.
Yeah, because I mean, there's those little hints, like at the end of first episode, where
it's like WandaVision is a TV show.
Yeah,
and then inside the TV show.
Did you recognize that symbol? There was like this symbol that honestly looked like the Jedi symbol. I don't know if you know what that is.
Skeleton symbol?
No. That's Hydra, right?
No, I don't know what you're talking
There's another symbol, and it looks like this like sword in the middle of a circle. And I thought that was really interesting because I've never seen that.
Was that the first episode?
I think so. It was on the first episode in that journal he was writing in, or she. I don't remember. And then in the second episode, the plane had a that same symbol, and the plane was colorized while the whole rest of the
this symbol.
Yeah, Justin just showed me the symbol, and it looks just like that.
No, I do not know what that is.
I have no clue what that means. I've never seen that in the Marvel movies or anything like that. But the advertisements in the show, it's always like Hydra themed. You can like see the Hydra logo.
Yeah.
In those, which is interesting. So
weird stuff happens throughout each episode.
Yeah, that hints that basically that world they're in
is not real.
Yeah, which is kind of Wanda's whole power, isn't it? Isn't she possessing the powers of like the Power Stone or the red one? What's the red one? Reality
Stone.
Yeah,
I think so. Power's purple, I think.
Oh yeah, but she can like levitate things. What's that called? Telekinesis.
Yeah,
she has the power of telekinesis.
Well,
and reality.
The second episode was because like what I noticed is the first episode like really felt like a 50s sitcom. Then the second episode it was still in black and white, but it felt newer. Cause like in the first episode, like every room and every set was like would have like one or two camera angles. But then in the second episode, it would show like the scene from like 10 different angles. And they also
that's right. They went outside.
They were also in a different house in the second episode.
Were they actually?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I gotta rewatch it.
I noticed that at the very beginning. I was like, that's not the same house.
Huh. I gotta look back at that. I mean, at the end of that episode, it got colorized.
At the end of the second episode, that like beekeeper came out of the storm drain.
Oh yeah.
They didn't explain that,
and then she rewinded.
And then she rewinded time, and then now everything is in color.
Yeah. See,
that's weird.
I don't know, but I think it'll be an interesting series.
Apparently, the third episode is not supposed to come out till the 29th, which isn't like from when they got released. It's like 2 weeks.
Oh man. Well, I guess they released 2 episodes right at once.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the Mandalorian did. Or they would release an episode a week.
They did it every Friday.
Yeah. Well, this one came out on Friday, right? So it'll be the same thing.
So are they releasing 2 episodes every 2 weeks?
Maybe. That might be what it is. I don't know. But the Mandalorian, going on to another show on Disney Plus. The Mandalorian was pretty good, and that ended recently as well.
Yeah. Should we spoiler warning?
Another spoiler warning, I guess.
I think a lot of people have seen it now.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a fantastic show.
That either a lot of people have seen it or they've seen what happens.
Yeah, at the very end. The very end is it's a bit of a shocker. I think that's the series finale, honestly. I think that's it. Finale? Yeah, for the Mandalorian show itself, I think it's done.
I can't tell if you're messing with
No.
That's not the series finale.
Why not?
They've already talked about season 3.
They have?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I haven't been up to date.
Why would they stop making it?
I don't know. I mean, it's really high performing, isn't it?
That's like Disney Plus' biggest thing by far. And like I know a bunch of people that have Disney Plus just for the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I mean that's why we got it. That's why we got Disney Plus.
Why would they stop it?
Well, aren't they continuing it with a Boba Fett series? The Book of...
No.
What was it called?
That's just another show. I don't think they're... No, yeah, that's just another show about Boba Fett. Not...
Not the
Like,
Mandalorian.
they're just adding another show, not transferring. And they're adding like 5 other Star Wars shows.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Star Wars that in depth. So I have no clue what those other shows are even about.
I know some of them are about.
What are the ones that are getting released? One about clone troopers.
One's about clone troopers or something. And then the only one that I'm like actually excited about is the Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, duh.
And then there's some other ones, but I don't remember them off the top of my head.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a Star Wars fanatic, but I enjoy the series. I enjoy the lore, I guess.
And then Marvel's got like 5 or 6 shows coming out too, including WandaVision. WandaVision's just the first one. Loki. I'm pretty sure there's the one with the Falcon and then Bucky. Aren't they in a show together? I feel like I saw that.
I don't remember. Isn't the Falcon supposed to be like the next Captain America because of Endgame or whatever? I think so. I wonder if that's just a spin-off or is that just like a prequel?
Well, I don't know. Because they're kind of doing what Star Wars did, is make a bunch of hit movies and then start making a bunch of just like spin-off shows about all of it.
No, that's all canon, isn't it? It's all part of the lore.
I'd assume it's all canon.
Yeah.
Considering it's made by Disney.
Yeah, that's true. And Marvel Studios is owned by Disney, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So recently, we joined you played fantasy basketball. Football. Or no, fantasy football.
I didn't play fantasy football.
Yeah,
I had a one-man team in fantasy football.
We had a group of friends. They had a fantasy football league, and Justin, you didn't even do anything in it.
I had a team, and then I dropped them all and had one player who scored like 3 points the whole season.
Dang, what a tank!
I went 0-13. Dang.
Well, fantasy basketball started for the NBA, and I joined that league as well. And I enjoy basketball much better than I do football.
Same. I agree. I didn't know anything about football. That's why I didn't try.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch the NBA. I'm more of a college basketball fan myself. I just watch the UD Flyers normally, but now because of fantasy basketball, I've actually gotten into the NBA. I enjoy watching the games now.
Yeah.
And I see my players. I mean, okay, so when we did the draft though, I actually didn't pay attention and just set everything to auto pick. So basically a robot chose all my players. But I think now I've gotten rid of almost half my players, and they're all just players I never chose. But I chose one player.
So we did a snake draft where you pick and then everyone picks and then it goes back. So like the last person to pick would then get the first pick in the second round. It just goes back and forth. And Mathias's first round, everyone was, picking the top tier players who would score, 40 and 50 points per game, or fantasy points per game. But Mathias decided to pick Obi Toppin, who was injured and is still not back to normal, but he's still not scoring very much. He was ranked 76th.
Yeah, so Obi Toppin, it's his first year in the NBA. And the reason I chose him first, and the only player I actually chose myself, was because in college basketball, he was on the UD Flyers team. And I knew Obi from college basketball, and he was pretty good in college.
Wait, so did you pick him because you wanted him, or because you assumed he was going to be really good?
No, because I wanted him.
Okay.
I knew he wasn't going to do well, and I didn't expect to actually get into fantasy basketball because I didn't watch the NBA.
Yeah.
But after the first couple of days, I realized this is actually kind of cool.
We'll see.
And I dropped him.
You dropped Obi Toppin, so you didn't get anything out of your first round pick.
My first round pick was completely wasted on a player that didn't perform well ever, and is still not performing well.
So then I picked Obi Toppin up.
Yeah, so last week, I was looking on fantasy, and I was looking at the the roster or free agents, which are people that
are not drafted on anyone's team.
Yeah, and I have a watch list on Obi once he comes back, because he was out. He was out every game, because of a ankle injury. And I saw that he was available. I saw that he was moved to day, and that means he would start playing again. So I was like, maybe
Was he moved to day, or was he moved to healthy?
No, I think he was moved to day.
I think he was moved to healthy.
Really?
Yeah, because players can be out, which means they are for sure out and won't be playing. Day means, day they could play, they could not play, and then if they're healthy, then chances are they're gonna play. And so Mathias, we were in a call together, and he was like, "Oh, Obi Toppin's moved to healthy. I'm gonna pick him up." But before I got on my phone right then and picked him up before Mathias could get him, because I knew how much he wanted him. And so but I knew I would be able to use that as leverage to get a player better than Obi Toppin, just because Mathias wanted Obi Toppin. So that's exactly what I did.
We were on the call, and I saw that he was available. I don't know why I said it out loud, but within seconds, I realized he's no longer available, and Justin's just laughing on the other end. He's like, I picked him up. I was looking for someone to drop on my team, but it was too late. So yeah, recently I traded for him, for a player. I don't know who it was. It wasn't a great player, because Obi's not a great player.
Yeah.
So
the player you traded, because Obi Toppin, he averages 8 points a game,
which is awful,
which is really, really bad. And the player you gave me averages 23.
Yeah,
which is not. I mean, he's probably he's in your top 6 players, I'd say.
Something like that, probably. But yeah, I wasted a lot of things on Obi Toppin.
Well, I wasted my first round pick too.
Who'd you have?
I had Karl Anthony Towns. That was my first round pick.
And Justin traded.
When I drafted him, because I didn't know the draft had started, and so I just immediately got on, and then saw Karl Anthony Towns as the top player left, and so I picked him, but I didn't know he was injured. And then, so I kind of, not as bad as yours, but I still didn't get as much value as I could have.
And you really didn't get any value from Towns because...
Well, I traded him for
my center.
For your center.
Rudy Gobert. And he was not out, so...
He's not out. He's definitely scored more points. But because Towns, when he's in, he does really well.
But
he's just not in that much.
And he actually, I think, got COVID recently.
Oh.
So he's out for 2 weeks. Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, you got scammed again.
I did get scammed. But it's fine. Once he comes back in the playoffs, we'll be good.
Because if you make the playoffs.
If I make the playoffs. What do I have to make it?
I don't know. You'd have to ask the league manager.
Yeah, well, it kind of sucks, but whatever. It's fine. This is my first time.
This is my first time.
Oh, well, I didn't pay attention in draft.
As of right now, I'm ranked number 2. I'm the number 2 seed in the playoffs.
No thanks to me,
I mean,
I did give you Rudy Gobert.
Without your help, I'd be probably 3rd.
Yeah, that's right. Not top 2. So instead of I guess a thought-provoking question, I guess we'll do some icebreaker questions. You know what that is, right? Every year at school we have to do an icebreaker activity to usually get to know someone well. And the thing is, honestly, Justin and I mean, we know each other pretty well, but we don't know dumb facts. For example, this one I found, which is a common question, I guess, for an icebreaker at least, is if you could be any animal, what would it be? Is that a tough one?
Yeah. I mean, just in the wild?
Compared to...
being in a zoo?
Oh, yeah, no, let's assume you still have, the freedom to do anything as this animal. You live in your natural habitat.
What's the apex predator? Something that I wouldn't have to worry about.
I'm pretty sure humans are.
Well, yeah. Okay, fine.
So the second you'll be a human. Holy crap. Wish came true. All right, let's assume humans are not an answer to this question.
I feel would you rather be a land animal or an ocean animal?
Well, we don't know much about the ocean, right? Because we haven't technically discovered all the ocean animals as much as we have land animals. So I think
isn't it we only have discovered a small percentage of the ocean?
Yeah, I thought it's something less than 10% or something like that.
That'd be fun.
To discover the ocean? Or
be
a sea?
Like a shark or something?
Is that the apex? Can't squids, like, kill sharks?
Probably, but I think sharks could also kill squids.
Oh, yeah.
I know there's
whales?
one, you can be the sailfish. It's like the fastest known sea animal. It's like 90 miles an hour.
Really? Holy crap.
I mean, you could outswim anything.
Yeah. Or you could be, what's the, like, most powerful animal in the world? It's a snail.
What?
That lunges forward. Give me a second. Oh, okay. The pistol shrimp. That's what I was talking about. And it's considered one of the most dangerous creatures on the planet. Do you know what that is? The pistol shrimp?
I've never heard of it.
Well, it's this little, it's a shrimp, right?
Yeah.
And he can basically, like, snap at a creature. I mean, it's small, so it's really minuscule, but it snaps so fast that it generates enough heat to produce bubbles in the water. So it kind of vaporizes, like, a little area because of how fast it, like, snaps at a creature. So, but then again, it's a little shrimp, so I don't know if it could really do any harm to a shark.
Yeah.
So I think shark would be the safest apex predator.
Or like a blue whale. I don't think anything could kill that.
A blue whale. Did you know, like, whales, when they, like, die on an ocean, their organs inside, like, decompose and build up pressure because their outside, like, blubber is so thick it can't burst, like, can't be released. That gas can't be released.
Yeah.
So it kind of just explodes when you pop it.
Really?
I think that's a fun fact. Yeah.
Don't they, like, live for a really long time?
Yeah, but, sometimes, rarely, sometimes they can, like, wash up on the beach.
Yeah.
And die there because, no water. And apparently it's, like, really dangerous. So if you see, like, a whale on the beach, don't get near it because it can explode because of the pressure of the decomposing organs.
I don't think I'd be the first person to find a blue whale on the beach.
Well, you never know. I mean, I read an article a couple weeks back about someone discovering it. And, like, they poked it with a stick and it exploded. And they got, like, knocked back and really hurt. So yeah, apparently it's, like, really dangerous.
All right. If I'm in a very densely populated beach, I'll walk up to the 300-foot long blue whale.
Well, you never know. Like, yeah, I guess not. I guess it's not. That's why I said it's really rare, but you never know.
That's not something I'm going to need to know in my day-to-day life. I probably would have survived my entire lifetime
without knowing that whales can explode on beaches. Well, maybe for the listeners, maybe there's a small chance, a greater chance than just me and you talking, that I saved someone's life today. Because they now know.
I mean, a lot of our listeners come from not Springboro. So.
Yeah, we actually have more listeners and more listeners that aren't from Springboro, which is amazing.
So maybe we're saving their lives.
Exactly.
People who live on a beach.
So back to the icebreaker question. The animal you would be is a shark, right? So you could discover more.
Sea.
I
feel like the sea's a lot cooler than we think.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so I think my answer, though, would just be...
Your little shrimp guy?
No, not my little shrimp dude. The pistol shrimp. Hey, he's the most deadly creature on Earth.
Well, any animal, what would you be then?
Probably a monkey. Like a...
I mean, I'd say monkey is my favorite animal, but...
Oh, it's my favorite animal.
Being a monkey wouldn't be like... I mean, it'd be different than being a human, but
yeah,
it wouldn't be different enough, I feel.
Life in the trees.
Yeah, but you could pick another animal that
like
lives
what?
Life in the trees.
That also has a life in the trees? Like a snake. A python. No, I feel like it would be so boring to be a python.
A panther?
Oh. Those can go fast. A cheetah. Imagine being a cheetah.
See, but a panther is versatile. It can... A cheetah has a high top speed, but then like a panther can climb trees.
It can it?
Yeah.
Or how about something that flies?
Like a bird? That would be cool.
What kind of bird,
like
though?
An eagle?
Yeah. A hawk? A falcon? Ah. Alright. The last icebreaker question I had to ask you. I think this is an interesting one. And I think we've talked about space before in a previous podcast, but honestly, it's been many months since our first episode. So, all right, this question is, would you go to space if you knew that you would never come back to Earth?
No.
No?
No.
Like, let's say, for example, have you seen the show Lost in Space, I think it's called?
I've not.
Oh, so I'll give you just the basic premise, but it's basically a colony. Okay, how about this? Actually, I don't remember the premise as much anymore. Oh, yeah, no. Okay. So Earth, like, I think it's getting hit by an asteroid, right? Yeah. And basically it won't be habitable. Is that the correct word? It won't be
inhabitable?
It'll become inhabitable. And only a select few people can basically be sent to space, but Earth, they won't be able to return to Earth. Would you do that? Well, I guess you have no option, right?
So you're saying, like, everyone on Earth would die?
Yeah. Everyone on Earth would die, and you'd basically be sent to space.
To do what? Just, like, float around?
I don't know.
What do you think? I would just die at that point.
You would just die? You wouldn't be, like, the last thing of humanity?
No. You just go and sit for however many years.
I guess you couldn't reproduce, right?
The space station and do nothing.
What if you just had a squad of like a group of like 20 people? Not even? I mean, you would choose not to be part of those 20 people and rather die on Earth.
But what would you do? Like,
well, I guess find a habitable.
Astronauts, like, they have goals. Like, they're up there for a reason. They're doing stuff. But, like,
all right, so let's say
just going up there to sit.
So here's the scenario I have created right now, and this is no longer part of the icebreaker. But let's say Earth is about to be, let's say, a nuclear war. All right, this is also another premise in another show called The 100. There's going to be a nuclear war, and it's basically going to destroy the whole Earth, where the radiation will be so strong that people can no longer live on it.
Yeah.
So some people are sent to space, some are not. Let's say 50 people are sent to space in the whole world. Or actually, no, let's just say the U.S. and each country has their own squad. 50 in all of the U.S. and you have the opportunity to join that squad of 50. Would you? And the rest of the people on Earth, they're all going to be gone soon.
But it's the same thing. Like, what do? You just sit in space?
So let's say, well, in the show that I'm talking,
if it's going to just sit in space and do nothing for the next 60 years.
Well, there will be a huge space station, a space.
Oh, well then, yeah, I'd go.
Yeah, it would be like
you're asking it like you just go to space and
you're stuck in like a ship the whole time.
You're just stuck there and can't do anything. You just look out the window.
Oh, well, I mean, it'd be so there would be this giant space station,
space
right?
Station, yeah. I would do that.
You would do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Like where you would live?
Yeah, of course, yeah. And then there, they would try to, all the countries, in this show, the 100, basically all the countries come together in the space station, and they all just kind of live in peace and have their world in space floating.
See, that'd be like 50 people per country.
There's like, what, 100-something countries?
190, I think. 190.
So let's say there's about 1,000, a little more, much more actually, but
yeah.
1,000 people.
Would it be a floating space colony or like planetary space colony?
Well, I mean, of course it would be a space station, right? So it'd move as well, or it'd be able to move. I think its goal would be to find a habitable planet. Let's say it was on its way to Mars.
Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah, I think I would too. That would be pretty cool. I mean, it would be sad. It would be a strange experience, of course, to leave basically everyone behind. But your last hope for humanity, for your country.
You and 49 others.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that basically wraps up our podcast, this episode. We should be back on schedule. We should have another episode next Wednesday with another guest. So stay tuned next Wednesday, and hope you enjoyed. Ciao.